Welcome to Bless God Studios. If you didn't know, we now have two different studio sets, and I'm gonna show you and tell you all about it. This right here is where we do our after party stream and our podcast. So we have a couple cameras here. I'll get into those details later. We have another workstation here for our new team member that's been coming in working on shorts. And if you swoop all the way around, we have the mothership. This is where Zach Sparazzo sits, does all the intros and the thumbnails on this workstation. Now, if you follow me, I will show you guys where my workstation is, which is rather nice. So this is where I do my thing. We have my main computer, we have the computer we stream from, we have our 4K projector, we have the computer that runs the image to the 4K projector, and we have a full-on recording studio as well as a video studio all right here. And you know what? All of this costs money, which is why we appreciate you guys partnering with us on Patreon, partnering with us by becoming channel members, and of course, dropping those super chats and thanks in the middle of the videos. Those mean a lot. Those really do help us out to keep everything going, expand the team, and ultimately continue contextualizing the gospel of Jesus to reach as many people as possible. So, Zach, should we take them over to show them the technical breakdown of all this stuff?
Let's do it.
Okay, over here, audio all comes in to the Rodecaster Pro. Now, the Rodecaster Pro is fantastic. It has 4 audio inputs. So right now we have our shotgun mic, which we've been going back and forth between this Rode microphone and the Sennheiser microphone, the Rode NTG3 classic microphone. We just got this, been having some technical issues with it with the Rodecaster Pro, but it sounds buttery when it's working. Between that, we also have our alternative, and then the other microphone is the Sennheiser MKE600. This used to be our main microphone. We're trying to get this to work. I really like this mic. It's just been kind of glitchy. So anyway, of course I have my mason jar for my mate. I love my yerba mate. Now, these speakers are called the iLoud speakers. This is primarily from when I'm looking at videos, reacting, recording, stuff like that. This is my 49-inch ultra wide display, which just gives me so much space. Unfortunately, it's not 4K. I think it's whatever 39, I don't know what the dimensions are, but it's not 4K. I know that. Okay, over here we have another LG screen, and if you check here, we can take this and drag this up and down. So the important thing about this is the screen where all my videos are when I'm reacting. So one computer has all my videos and it's running to another computer, which is the 2020 iMac M1, okay? The 2020 iMac M1, this is where we stream from. And the software we use to stream is, of course, Ecamm. We love Ecamm Live. We like the interface of it. If you guys want more videos about my settings in Ecamm Live, I can do that for you. So this is a Mac Mini M1 version, both screens, and then this screen is piped into the iMac via my converter. Now, when I want to react to stuff, I have a little button. I hit on my Stream Deck, which controls all my different scenes. I hit that button, and that is how I do my reaction videos. So I could pull up a video on this screen. This video will then allow me to react to the video. And again, it's all being piped in to Ecamm. Now, that's just the audio in the computer. What's running all the video? The video cameras is a Canon SL3. They're older cameras, but they get the job done. One is on a slider, one is a nifty 50. Okay, so not super fancy lenses. And then the main camera is an EOS R inside of this teleprompter. The teleprompter also serves as another screen to let me see the chat and the comments while I'm live. So you see I have my chat over here, and I could drag it, and now it's in the teleprompter, and I could see myself in the video if I need to see how I'm framed up, all that good stuff. So all of that is here. And the software that I'm running, go back over here, is Ecamm Live, but I also have all the cameras being fed into this A10 Mini Extreme ISO. The A10 Mini Extreme ISO gives me 8 inputs, and that's important because remember, guys, we are on 2 different sets. We're on 2 different sets. We have one set right here, which is the main 4K projector screen set that you guys know me for, and then we have another set over here that is the podcast set. Blackmagic has this little case, 3D printed case, and the screen, which gives us a preview of all the angles. And as you can tell, there are a couple of different angles here for the Blackmagic. And this is all connected as one. I love how this looks. I love how this feels. And when Zach is back here and we're shooting podcasts, he can see the shots before they come in real time and do his cuts in real time. So my recording interface, remember I still make music, is the Apollo Twin Universal Audio. I love the interface. And over there, there's an output signal going out through one of the line channels into this little additional, what would you even call this? Summons mixer. It's just 4 inputs. And so this allows me to get 4 inputs in here. And then one of these inputs comes out of here and goes into channel 2 for my reaction right inside of the Rodecaster Pro. So that comes out of there for this computer, goes into the Rodecaster Pro. That is how I'm doing my reaction. The other computer, which we'll get to, which is Zach's workstation, also comes into here, and it allows me to have 2 inputs summoned to go out as 1 input into the Rodecaster Pro. Back to the microphone. So the Apollo Twin I was telling you guys about, the input for that, I bypassed the preamp. Why? Because I have my handy Neumann U87. This is my dream microphone. Guys, I waited and prayed and saved up a lot of money to buy this a couple years ago. And this microphone is going into my Avalon 737 preamp compressor. And this is the dream vocal chain that I've always wanted, and I finally was able to afford it about 6-7 years ago when I went full-time with music. So when I'm recording vocals, it's going into here, into there, into a software called Reason. But that's not really relevant to YouTube, but those of you guys that ask. Now, over here, we have the LG Ultra Beam, Ultra Short Throw projector. That is how the projection comes. Some of you guys have been asking, is it green screen? Is it this? Is it that? It's a ultra short throw projector. This is a projector screen by Elite Screens. Big shout out to Elite Screens who gave us this projector screen. And then we have some plans just to kind of cover it up. In our latest edition, we got a green screen. So we have best of both worlds. So when I'm doing TikTok reaction videos, those are on a green screen. And so I just have to pull this thing back a little bit, crack it open, and now we got the green screen when I need the green screen action. This is a Elgato green screen. Love it. Super dope green screen. And then when I'm done, I just literally push it down, close it, and then I like it nice and flush along the projector. I got this like standing chair. I don't know what it's called. It's kind of expensive. I don't like to sit when I'm back here. I like to go back and forth. This lets me just to kind of lean on it. Now, I may not know the exact names of all this stuff, but there's a link to all of our gear in the description. In terms of our lights, these are the rollable LED lights. We have one here. We have one over here. This is not a rollable LED. This is like a regular LED. And then we have one behind me, and they're all flagged so that you can get a nice good shot on my face without bleeding onto the projector, because if you bleed on a projector, it washes out the image. So these lights behind me are the newer RBG lights. They come with a really cool app that allows us to change the color settings. So we try to get the color to match whatever the projection screen is, and we get different backgrounds from time to time. We upgrade our backgrounds. So I really like these lights. They're super fun, and they make the room and the back hair light on me pop a whole lot. Okay, so that is everything on the main set. And again, not super fancy if you think about it. Shotgun mic, couple cameras, one on a slider. This is our new set, okay? This is the Bless God Studios set. Of course, we have our nice neon sign logo. I forgot how much we paid these, but they came actually really quick. And over here, we're running the classic SM7B. And over here, we're running the classic Shure SMB7s. Shure SMB7s. what?
SM7B.
SM7B. On the Elgato low profile mic stand, which is a desk clamp connected to this little desk we found on Amazon. With iPad, I react to videos from the iPad, Instagram posts from your iPad sometimes, as well as another Stream Deck XL. And the Stream Deck, again, allows me to control all my scenes on the Ecamm software. And then I have these little desk clamp extender pieces where I have my mouses. I have 2 different mouses because I potentially may need to control 2 different computers, one being Zach's main computer and one being the iMac. And the iMac that we stream from is piped over to these 2 screens behind you. So if you look, boom, that's screen number 1 and that's screen number 2, and they are the exact same screen as the iMac. So we're basically doubling down and getting another use out of that iMac computer. We try to be efficient because we can have one computer stream across multiple sets. So that is the audio here. These chairs, a little tidbit about these chairs. If you want nice chairs, I found these chairs and I wanted them on wheels, but I didn't want them too low. Because sometimes you guys know you get them office chairs, you just slumped in. These chairs I found at World Market, and I found them in the kitchen section. So if you want a chair that's nice and high, get yourself a chair like this that's a dining chair in the kitchen section. This room is way smaller than you would think it is. And so we had to get really creative with how we mounted stuff. So a lot of these things are mounted on our ceilings. And these are more rollable LEDs over here. And they are mounted to the ceilings, as well as the cameras are also mounted to the ceilings. This is a nice little ceiling mount we found. At this point, it just kind of stays like this because the screen's here. And this is a Canon EOS R10. It's the newer Canon line. It's a crop sensor, but it's good because it can eventually do 4K. So when Blackmagic drops to ATEM, 4K will be able to do 4K. So I'm excited about that. So this is the Canon EOS R10. We have another EOS R10, and this is on the RF35 lens. This is my camera that's looking at me most of the time. And so as you notice, this is also on a desk clamp of a screen. So it's clamped on top of the screen, which is this, the screen. Zach can even use the screen sometimes for his Mac Studio setup in Zach's workstation. Okay, so we have two cameras right here, and then we have another camera. This is my favorite right here. We have another R10, so one R10, two R10, three R10. This is our wide angle shot on a slider. This is one of the longer sliders by Canavo, and all these again are in the description. Okay, we love these sliders. And then here we have a R10 on another slider that can either go on our guest or it could be another angle on me. The reason why there's no lens on that camera is because the lens that goes on that camera is on this camera that we're shooting this from. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras, and there's another camera that's going to get mounted here pretty soon. So we'll be able to have 1, 2, and then another station right here so that we can have 3 people in studio. We've done 3 people in studio once when Alan and John McCrae came, but I'm hoping to be able to do 3 people in studio more frequently if I'm interviewing guests, that whole thing. We'll have 1 camera over here, we'll have 1 camera on this guest, 1 camera on that guest, and then hopefully the wide camera will be able to view as much of the room as possible. So this entire space is really only by about 17 feet deep, about 10 feet across, and this section is an additional 8 feet across. So it's not a very big space, but we really make it work. We have some of these clouds on the ceiling for acoustical treatment. We have this design for acoustical treatment. I'm sure all you guys have seen this on Amazon. We have a little bookshelf. These little backlight LEDs I really like. They're lightweight. You can unplug them and they just look really good, and they're super duper bright. They're the Godex, super dope. I think they're about $100 a pop. And it's crazy how good the technology has gotten with just $100 here, $100 here. You could really step up your entire set. So, and then the only other thing I have is some of these old stage lights that are right behind me that just light up this curtain, give it a little bit more sauce, as well as one of these tubular lights that actually was here from the very first set I ever built. We have one of these here, and we also have one up here as an additional overhead light to light this space. So these are the lights by Logitech, and this is just another front light. The reason why I got this light is because I'm gonna be traveling and I wanted to have a nice little light that I can break down and that could be mobile. And so that light is over there. Another screen on another desk clamp. We like the LG screens. That is all of our different electronic pieces. And how this works is, again, Zach has the Mac Studio. The Mac Studio is also piped in to the Mac Mini for streaming, and it also is Zach's main workstation. So all of our computers all plug into each other. They're all actually on an Ethernet network where we can share files seamlessly because they're all plugged into the same Ethernet modem or router or whatever those are called. And so we can move files around easily. So that is a brief studio tour of our new setup. A lot of you guys have been asking. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if there's anything specifically you need me to elaborate on. Let me know what video ideas you have, and let me know if you want me to do some more tutorials on how I have my eCam set up, how I have my scene set up, how it's connected to the stream deck. Some of that stuff can get really techy, but generally speaking, that is our setup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We really are doing our best to do the most with the least amount of space because Southern California is expensive, which is why all you guys should sign up for our Patreon and partner with us to help us get into a bigger space.
Bruce Lawn.